Hi, I'm Nicole Rowell, the Director of Risk Management at Olympic Educational Service District Workers' Compensation Trust. This is Amy Costello, a Safety and Health Specialist.
We are here to support your district with any occupational safety and health needs with the goal of minimizing injuries and promoting a safe work environment.
In today's video, we will be discussing the importance of ergonomics and how it applies to work in an industrial kitchen.
Ergonomics is the science and practice of designing the job and workplace to match the capabilities and limitations of the human body, essentially fitting the workplace to the workers. In order to determine if you are working in a safe, ergonomic fashion, you will want to apply the work zone method. This will help you define your primary and secondary work zone.
Why ergonomics matter? When you are doing your job and your body is stressed by an awkward posture, extreme temperature, or repeated movement, your musculoskeletal system is affected. Your body may have symptoms such as fatigue, discomfort, and pain, which can be the first sign of a musculoskeletal disorder, or MSD. Types of MSDs: strains or sprains, tendinitis, nerve constriction or entrapment, ganglionic cyst, arthritis, low back injuries, hand-arm vibration syndrome, rotator cuff injury. Top at-risk tasks in an industrial kitchen include food preparation, manual material handling in the kitchen, stocking storeroom or retrieving items from storeroom, transporting food to remote locations, dishwashing. When approaching these tasks, one should consider using the work zone method. Ergonomic work zones. Ergonomic work zones are made up of a primary zone, which is your constant work zone, as well as a secondary zone, where occasional work is done.
The first step in establishing your work zones is being sure you start with good standing posture. If you perform a job where you stand often, you'll want to be sure that you have an anti-fatigue mat. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, knees slightly bent, stacking your joints. Your spine will be in alignment, neck resting over shoulders. Clasp one hand over the other, resting right in front of you. Unclasp your hands. This is your primary work zone. Secondary work zone is when you have that arm extended. Primary work zone, secondary work zone.
Anti-fatigue mats. When purchasing anti-fatigue matting, consider where it will be used. Solid matting is good for locations where water drainage is not an issue. Meshed matting allows for water drainage. A disadvantage of meshed matting is that food particles may get caught in the mesh, and it may require cleaning more frequently. If the matting requires frequent cleaning, consider using smaller sections of matting with interlocking pieces to allow for ease of transport. Purchase anti-fatigue matting with beveled edges to allow carts to roll over the edges easily and to minimize tripping hazards. Tips for buying footwear. Consider these guidelines when buying footwear. Buy footwear late in the afternoon when your feet are swollen and at their maximum size. Bring along an old pair of work shoes to compare with. If you wear orthotics, bring them along and try them on with the shoes. If your feet are different sizes, buy shoes to fit the larger foot. Shoes should fit snugly without being too tight. There should be about half an inch of room between your big toe and the end of the shoe. Wear and tear. The frequency with which footwear needs to be replaced depends on how fast wear and tear occurs. The slip resistance of the outsoles may start to decline after the shoes are worn for the first time. Over time, the outsoles will deteriorate and the midsoles will break down and lose their cushioning capabilities. Load full trays onto meal carts safely. Place meal carts a short distance from the tray line, so workers have to take at least one step to place trays on the meal carts. This will help prevent workers from twisting their backs excessively. Workers often have to do a lot of bending to place trays on lower shelves. Ensure that workers follow basic body mechanics guidelines for reducing forceful exertions. If possible, they should avoid using shelves that are below knee height or above shoulder height on carts to avoid awkward back and shoulder postures. Controls to help prevent injuries. Repetition. Minimizing repetitive motions will help reduce the risk of MSD. Consider the following recommendations. Use mechanical or automated devices to assist with highly repetitive tasks. Alternate working positions to avoid overusing any single muscle or group of muscles. For example, periodically move to the opposite side of the tray line. Try to combine or eliminate tasks. For example, combine scraping and sorting to reduce the number of times dishes are handled. Alternate hands to perform tasks. Pace yourself when performing repetitive tasks. Other prevention methods include job rotation, stretching, rest breaks, and micropauses. Job rotation. In kitchens, the same body parts are used for many tasks. Rotating workers through different tasks or duties helps vary postures, reduce exposure to stressful tasks, and prevent boredom. Consider the following job rotation recommendations. Vary different tasks such as meal preparation, meal delivery, dishwashing, and cleanup throughout the day. When planning menus, try varying food preparation and serving activities. For example, do not plan a meal where every food item must be stirred by hand for long periods. Instead, vary serving activities to include a scoop, tongs, and flipper. Alternate between standing and sitting standing positions, where it is safe to do so. Stretching. Stretching circulates blood through the muscles, relieves muscle tension, develops flexibility, and increases body awareness. You should stretch not only when you feel discomfort, but also on a regular basis throughout the day. It is preferable to stretch before you start to feel any muscle tension or discomfort, especially when holding a static posture. Consider the following stretching recommendations. To make stretching easier, warm up first by slowly swinging your arms and moving your legs for about 20 to 30 seconds. Stretch for a few minutes before starting work to prepare your muscles for the task at hand. Hold each stretch for 20 to 30 seconds without bouncing. Stretch muscles that are being used for a particular job or task. Only stretch as far as comfortable. If you feel pain, stop the stretch. If the pain persists, consult with your facility's first aid attendant or your doctor. Rest breaks and micropauses. Take rest or pause breaks to prevent fatigue and to give your muscles a chance to recover. Take frequent micropauses of 10 to 15 seconds. During micropauses, change your posture and stretch briefly. A micropause stretch is shorter in duration than a normal stretch, but is still beneficial. Take rest or pause breaks when you feel fatigued or your muscles are sore.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. Please remember to consult your district-specific policies and procedures to ensure compliance.
Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. We would be happy to help.